evening. Good evening. We're a little ahead of schedule, but that's a good thing because this is a busy night. We've got 30 minutes of opening remarks from the candidates at 2 minutes apiece, and then we have 90 minutes of pre-scribed questions that we received in all the weeks leading up to this. That's a tight 2 hours if everybody uses all their time, and we know candidates. They'll use it. There'll be timing on all of the questions. All of the candidates for each category, mayor, city council, commissioner, sheriff, they will all answer the same questions. And I've randomized what order they go in. So you'll get their feedback on those questions from each one of the candidates. And there'll be a timer as we go through this. So I would ask that everybody be respectful for why we're here. We're here to educate neighborhoods about the positions of the candidates seeking office on matters that are very important to neighborhoods, okay? So this isn't about any individual's particular thing that they want to know. You're here to consume tonight, to treat the candidates with respect, and at the end, the questions that we have had submitted in paper form, we'll try to handle as many of those we can, but I want to leave at least a half an hour for meet and greet, okay? So I just need your help. I need the candidates' help to stay on topic. I hope once I start you on your question, I never have to say another word to you until you're done, but I will, if I think you've missed the goal of the question, I may interrupt you and ask you to answer that question. But hopefully all the questions will be visible, as will the countdown timer. So if I bundle it when I say it, it'll be there to read. Okay? So it's going to be a busy night. So we're going to start off with 2-minute opening remarks. And I'd like the candidates to please address their remarks to the challenges that neighborhoods have. Because this is a neighborhood-sponsored event. There are lots and lots of challenges all over the place, but neighborhoods have their own set of problems that you'll see as we go through the questions, but please try to focus on the citizens here who represent their neighborhoods and what they're trying to accomplish. Then we're going to have that 90-minute session, approximately, where we go through all the prescribed questions. You'll see a couple of empty seats. I got a notice from Mayor Manheimer that she was running late because she was at another event, so I pushed her to the end of the opening remarks, so she'll make her own entrance at that time. And I still believe that Amanda Edwards is not present, even though she committed. At the same time, we're sorry that Antoinette Mosley couldn't make it tonight. She had a conflict that she desperately tried to move, but she couldn't make that happen. We never heard from Councilwoman Shanika Smith, nor did we hear from Sheriff Miller. They just didn't reply to our invitation. But beyond that, you can see quite the lineup we have here. Okay? Then we'll go into the questions on 3x5 cards, and then we'll leave time until you guys want us to get out. Okay? The library staff will be closing the doors, and anybody who leaves after 9 o'clock won't be able to get back in because the doors will be locked. All right? We have not baked in time to stop, but with a couple of vacant people, we can probably put something in there before we get too far into the day. All right? So with that, this is going to be the order of opening remarks. Let me go back. So Tracy will begin, Trey will continue, and then we'll move forward on this. So we're going to spend about a half an hour at this. So there's going to be a countdown timer, and I'll be reminding you guys to knock it off after a couple of minutes if you haven't got there, okay? Any questions, any concerns?
Could you speak up a little bit?
I'll try to do better. Okay, let us start. 2-minute opening statement. Your name, the office you seek, and what does neighborhood resiliency mean to you? Go ahead.
So, Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tracy Gruhl, Sergeant United States Marine Corps for 12 years from headquarters Light Armored Recon. Most of y'all know me actually because 1 decade ago when I was going into my final enlistment to finish out, I ended up speaking up at the thing called an Asheville Evidence Room Audit, which led to how we got rid of Ron Moore and a whole bunch of landslide of our chief of police and a whole bunch of other, y'all seen the tug of war that's had us go through 7 chiefs of police in 8 years, to where the current chief had to get rid of 75 of 100 officers right off the bat. Our cops were that tamed. As far as what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the face of law enforcement. I'm going to change their training. I'm going to change everything y'all know of law enforcement because, quite frankly, as a U.S. Marine, I'll tell you, American law enforcement is a joke. They have no training. They're a bunch of little bullies that turn around, and y'all seen it at the with the George Floyd and every case out there where they're holding down and beating people, to shooting people. That won't happen to my officers. And we're going to get ahead of the game to where, you know what, the school shootings and stuff like that, I'm going to show you how to stop it to where it don't happen. But I'll tell you one great thing, this, I get nerves in front of this. I'm stage mic in front of everybody all day long, and I still get up here and my heart, boom, 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 boom. But the fact of the matter, especially when it's personal, because one of the things that got me involved, and y'all all seen me show this, and there's numerous women that have came to us. The boot print you're looking at, if it is not my competitor's boot print on this young lady's forehead, it is one of the 3 people on his team. On December 27th, afterwards I ran for county commission and spoke up about the Asheville Evidence Room Audit. Trey McDonald and his SRT team came to my house the day after Christmas and beat the ever-living hell out of me. I have traumatic brain injury from it, actually, and PTSD. That's where a lot of the shaking comes from, by the way. They knocked on the door. Trey actually knocked himself, claiming that my mother was hurt, so I opened the door. Where they drug me to the ground and proceeded to kick me in the back of the head repeatedly while tasing me with a cattle prod. Trey was the one holding the cattle prod and electrocuted me.
Trey?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Trey McDonald. I'm running for Sheriff of Buncombe County. Okay, I'm not gonna come up here and spill a bunch of lies, okay? So, here's the thing. Community or neighborhood resilience, what does it mean to me? It means your safety of your community. How I plan on doing that is bringing a team, it's gonna be a permanent team into your communities to take care of all your drugs, your break-ins, any kind of issues that you have. So how do we do that? Well, that team comes in and they have a community meeting and they find out specifically from you what the issue is, who's causing the issue, why they're causing the issue, and then we come up with a plan, not only our plan, but a plan with you involved and how to take care of this. Everything will be on our website, on everything we do, and the stats and everything will be there for you to see. How can I know that this will work? Because I've been there, I've done that. I have over 22 years of law enforcement, and this is part of the stuff that I used to do. So if you want somebody to come into your community and make it safer, I'm the man.
Thank you. Nina?
Good evening. My name is Nina Tovish. I'm a candidate for Asheville City Council. Just a few things to know about me. It will be 10 years and 1 week that I'll have lived in Asheville on Election Day, November 8th. I came here because of the vibrant cultural scene. I came here because of the beautiful environment. And most of all, I came here because of the people I met when I came to check out Asheville. And those are the interests and the concerns that I want to serve and protect as a member of City Council. What does neighborhood resiliency mean to me? It means a city that plans to take care of its neighborhoods. It means a city that revises its zoning codes to protect and to enhance the livability and the unique character of neighborhoods. It means the appropriate and sustainable use of land as guided by well-written zoning code. I believe that Asheville needs to revisit its Unified Development Ordinance from the ground up, to be no more We have a patchwork of overlays and historical fixes. We need to look at it from the very beginning with the active input of the people who are going to be affected by it.
Thanks. Mike, please mic down, okay? Patty?
Great. I'm gonna check my tech. Can you hear me? Not yet. Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay, that should work. Hey everybody, my name is Maggie Ullman, and I want to be on City Council to serve you. Before I get to our question, I just want to introduce myself a little bit because there's lots of folks I haven't gotten to meet yet. I came to Asheville 20 years ago to go to UNCA, and I work on environmental work in my day job. I work with nonprofits to get them to row in the same direction on climate change. And I actually have spent quite a bit of time in City Hall. I served Asheville as the first sustainability director for 7 years. During that time, we saved $1 million a year on energy costs, reduced the city's carbon footprint 18%, and increased recycling 35%. I know how to get stuff done, and I want to do it again. And what I've been hearing from you all and from all of our neighbors about what we want council to be getting done really ties directly to neighborhood resiliency. What I hear is that folks believe all kinds of people need all kinds of housing. We don't have the type of housing that all of us need right now. People are flocking out of the city because they can't afford to live here. City Council can do a lot more to address affordability. The second thing is we need to protect and prepare our neighborhoods for climate change. It's not something in the distant future on an island nation. It's here, it's happening. I have the technical abilities, the knowledge, and the experience to put us back at the national leadership role on climate change so our neighborhoods are protected. The third area that I think I hear mostly from all over the community is about core city services. I'm not a candidate who's just running on one topic based on what's been in the news lately. I'm here to make sure that your garbage and recycling is picked up on time, that your potholes are fixed, that we have more sidewalks, can I get an amen? And that we also make sure that our fire and police servicers are paid what they need to serve us and keep us in a community that is safe. So again, Maggie Ullman, and you'll hear from me plenty tonight. Thanks for being here, everyone. There's a huge turnout, and I'm really grateful you all are spending your time with us tonight.
Allison.
Hello, I'm Allison Scott. I'm a 5th generation Asheville, and I don't care if you've been here for 5 generations or 5 days, because I think when I look out and I see everyone in this room, you care about this town just as much as I do. And I'm running because I've been working for advocacy issues for years. I know how to get stuff done. I have a proven track record at the local, the state, and the federal level. I'm doing this because of resiliency. When I think of resiliency, what does it take? That means the ability to survive when times get hard. And how do we do that? We need to do it by not relying on one industry, whether it be tourism or anything else. We need to have balance. And we need people that can bring that kind of balance. And that is where I thrive. I've worked on difficult issues for decades. I know how to get those things done. People know me to be a bridge builder. And we need that now. We are facing an unprecedented time in our country where I feel like more people want to point fingers than get to work. Well, I'm here to tell you, I want to get to work. I want to do it by bringing housing that we can afford. I want to do it by not chopping down our forests. I want to do it by not overdeveloping. And I want to do it in a way that supports everyone here and the people that aren't here tonight. Because that's resiliency, when we look out for more than just ourselves, when we're looking out for our neighbors. Thank you.
Andrew.
Good evening, everybody. It's really great to see such a great turnout. My name is Andrew Fletcher, and I'm running for City Council. And the reason that I am in this room is probably the same reason that you're in this room. You care about the future of the city. You're spending a Thursday evening here to listen to all of us talk about what the vision is that we have. And I've lived in the city for 15 years. I was actually born in Michigan. My family moved to Tryon, North Carolina in 1995. I got here as soon as I could, as I say, though I'm not properly a local because I wasn't born in Michigan. my vision of city council is one that listens more to people. I hear so often, again and again, that city council seems to operate in a vacuum. City council seems to care more about people that own 2 homes than people who have 2 jobs. And the neighborhoods that we have are being hollowed out by short-term rentals. So we spend millions of dollars on affordable housing, subsidizing it, some of it going to the profits of developers. And meanwhile, we're losing the affordable housing that we have in our neighborhoods, and it's damaging the resiliency of our neighborhoods when we lose neighbors and we exchange them with tourists. And I understand our complicated relationship with tourism because I work in tourism. I work for Lezoom, but I don't work for tourism. And that is a distinction from current city council that I bring. I'm not gonna break the glass ceiling here, but I am trying to break the class ceiling. I had to take off work to be here tonight because this matters greatly to me. The future of a city where people can live and work in the same place, go to school, play, be educated, and engage with each other is the future for Asheville that I see. And I invite you to join me in having a vision for Asheville that includes people like you and me that are working and living here, not just the developers and the hoteliers.
Thank you, thank you. Anthony.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Penland. I am a lifelong resident of Buncombe County, and I'm running for Buncombe County Commissioner in District 1. District 1 is the east part of East Asheville, a little bit of the downtown area, and all of eastern Buncombe County. I have had the privilege and honor to serve the citizens of Buncombe County for 32 years in the public safety. I'm a member of the Swannanoa Fire Department. The last 20 years I have been the fire chief. So what is Buncombe County community resiliency to me? Safety, bottom line. Community watch programs. Working with our communities to make sure that they are safe. Growing up in the Grovemont area of Swannanoa, as a kid, I mean, I felt safe. My parents felt safe because we were watching out for each other. You know, that's what I want to get back to. Last night, my 20-year-old daughter went to walk her dog in the neighborhood we live in. I told her to be careful. So we got to get back to make sure that we are watching out for each other. And as elected officials, we need to work with our communities, ask them what they need. Make sure that we can be available to them. Make sure that when the phone rings, we can sit down and say, can we look at this? Can we make sure that Waste Pro is picking up our trash and the bears aren't scattered all over the community? That's what I want to do, is make sure that I work for you. I work for the citizens. I have for 32 years. For 32 years, I've had a compassion of working for the citizens. That's the same compassion that I will take to the commission. Thank you.
Don.
Getting old? Stayed stiff too long. Thank you, Al, for helping me. That says something in itself, doesn't it? My name is Don Yelton. I was born and raised in Buncombe County. The house that I was born in had a coal stove in the living room and had a wood stove in the kitchen. And my mom heated the blanket and wrapped my feet in it, and I slept on a rollaway bed. How many of you know what a rollaway bed is? That's what I slept in as long as I was at home, okay? I had an outhouse. And have you ever been in an outhouse when it's cold and frosty? When you stand up, you see where you were sitting. And I have seen Asheville at its best, and I'm seeing it at its worst. I'm not going to promise you anything except I believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness without a guarantee of success. And I'm going to play off of what Anthony said. The truth is we need to get back to where neighbors can talk to neighbors. How many of you know all 4 of your neighbors? How many of you know what your neighbors do? How many of you then are involved in something to make that change? You're here tonight. I congratulate you all for being here tonight. Because one of the things that got me here tonight, and most of you don't know, I've had a TV show for 10 years in Buncombe County. I had the only live call-in show. And they got rid of it because I got too effective in exposing what was going on. I'm straightforward, I don't pull any punches, and I have people in both parties that don't kind of like me, and that should tell you a whole heck of a lot about me. And Bailey, I want to thank you because you started this of sitting over there at the J&S cafeteria. So that's who I am, that's what I believe, And I do believe, I looked up the definition of a county commissioner. A county commissioner is to represent the constituents, and now we have districts. But those districts don't mean anything, because to be sustainable, we're gonna have to look at the whole county. And I pushed it, I pushed this, and I pushed it, and I get laughed at. There are limits to how many people you can put in one area, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Al?
There you go. You got it.
Now, is it? Now? Okay. Good evening. I'm Al Whitesides. I'm running for re-election for the Buncombe County Commission for District 1. And when I say District 1, I have to thank folks because this is my third time running for District 1. It's moved all the county, it seems. What I want to say is, first of all, I'm a lifelong resident of Buncombe County. My family's lived here for 6 generations. My daughters, after graduating from Chapel Hill, I never thought they would end up back in Asheville. Both of them are here, doing well and off the payroll. I'll say that for now. But the reason I was retired when I got into this. And the only reason I ended up running for the county at the time, I was selected to replace Phil Attorney. And the only reason I got into this is I'm concerned about the quality of life in Buncombe County for all of us. And that's what I've worked for the last 6 years. You know, I got on and we had a good team right in the midst of what was going on with Wanda. And from then on, we've had to repair the damage. And fortunately, we have a good team of commissioners, and we've done that. But still, we have security issues. And folks, I live in the city of Asheville, even though I represent District 1. So I know what we need when it comes to security. Because I'm concerned, and where I live, I thought it was in a nice neighborhood, but a block over, a young lady on her way to school was shot the other morning. And we've too much of this. Or when I walk around, I want to see the commission work more with the city on homeless. You know, I can't move around because everywhere I go, the homeless are, you know, and I feel sorry for them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Robert?
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Robert Pressley. I'm running for re-election also. I've been serving Buncombe County for 8 years. I've lived here for 63 years. A lot of times I'm mistaken when we say it's all my life, but my life is not over yet. And that's why I continue to do this right here, to serve the people. I love this county. I have been here, my kids are growing up here, my grandkids are growing up. I got into it because I wanted to protect my family from what was the changes that we were seeing, violence and everything. But that's not what I'm running for now. I'm running to help the constituents that put me in. Last time, 60-some thousand people voted for me to be elected into the chair. But that's who I represent, them 67,000 that voted for me. But I also represent the 90,000 that voted against me. So whenever I'm saying that I love what I'm doing here, it's not for me. Because I'm telling you, after being on the road, you know, racing my whole career, I could sit back and relax, but I'm here for you. We have got to get our faith of what is best for our community. Make our neighbors feel safe, be watching our neighbors. Right now, the crime wave here in Buncombe County is completely out of hand. We can make a difference. I cannot make a difference because I'm one person. It takes everyone in this room to work together to come one goal that works for everyone. And I appreciate it, and y'all have a great evening, and thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Martin?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Martin Moore. I'm running for County Commission in District 2. That's Southwest Buncombe. tell you a little bit about myself. I moved to North Carolina in 2006 to attend Chapel Hill. Stuck around for law school and haven't looked back. Asheville's been where I started my career. Asheville's a community that I care about. Buncombe County has been one of the most unique, dynamic places I've ever had the opportunity to live. And looking at neighborhood resiliency, what that means to me is being candid about the problems that we're facing and finding real solutions for that. Powering forward together as a community. Even though we're assigned districts as county commission, I would view it as my responsibility to represent all of Buncombe County. I think it's important that we give our neighbors an opportunity to be heard, and we consider that feedback and show up for our neighbors when they ask us to. There's a lot of things that we're facing, community safety being a pivotal one. I think we need someone who's gonna focus on results, not just platitudes, not focusing on generic terms. I'm focused on what it's going to take to reduce crime in Buncombe County. I'm in that system. I know that prevention is better than prosecution. I don't want it to get to that point. One more crime is one too many. So I think we need to work with our community partners. I have the experience doing that. It's not about party, it's about our community. And I think that's what neighborhood resiliency represents most to me. And I look forward to meeting you all and chatting a little bit tonight.